Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Blender, and I've just downloaded the latest version of Blender. That'll be 2.83.1. So I'm going to go over the different configurations here. We're going to select with left, use the Blender shortcuts, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the Blender dark one, and I'm going to set this to search for the spacebar. Alright, and let's see here, we want to go ahead and hit open, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll use, let me see here, there we are. Okay, so, here we are again. Oh boy. Very nice. So it looks like they've updated some things. Set origin, very nice. Okay, so shade smooth, shade flat, very nice. Wow. Lots of different. Oh. Well, that's a nice one. I like that. Go ahead and rename it. So as you can see, some new updates that make things a little bit nicer. So that you can just go in and quickly rename your objects. I quite like that. Let's see here, we're going to go ahead and leave that one that way. I'm not going to bother shading smooth with that one. I'm going to go ahead and set this for real world lighting. There we go. That's a little bit better, a little bit more realistic looking. Okay, so what to make today? Let's see here. I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see, what else could we use? Well, we could get some food. We could see about making like a storage chest or something instead of a crate. What else? I think we really need some walls or some rocks or something to go around here to accent this a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll move some of these things. There we go. I'll just move them over here, get them out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and we'll add a plane. 2 meters. No, we probably only want this to be about, well, no, 2 meters is good. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and rotate this on the X. No, actually, let's not. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and get into here with the tab button. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees on the X-axis. Very good. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and we'll extrude this out slightly so that we've got a little bit of thickness to our wall. There we go. And let me see here. Not quite sure how we want to do this. Let's just make this the default one. Okay, good. Ooh, hang on. Oh, well, that's new as well. Looks like you can now click off screen or off of the object to deselect things. Okay, they don't have smart contacts. That's interesting. They've changed the shortcuts. I hate when they do that. There we go. Okay. So here we are. Edge select. Edge select. But there's no shortcut for that one. I'll have to find that one here momentarily. Okay, so we can just go ahead and use the edge select then if we want to do something like that. Still not smart yet, but oh well. Okay, so I think for this one we're just going to go ahead and we'll use this right like that. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get into here. I'm going to select all of this and grab it and move it backwards slightly. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a cube. We only want this one about 0.1. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and we're going to go ahead then and we're going to scale this slightly. There we go. And then we're going to scale it on the X so that we've got more of a brick shape. Very good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and we'll start laying these down and set them into the wall here. So I guess we really don't need it quite that long. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and we'll we'll go ahead and take that one and we'll grab it and move it on the y-axis so it's slightly thinner. There we go, because we really don't need all of that buried in there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and select this. Still getting used to those shortcut changes. A used to toggle. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and snap to the front. We'll go ahead and island select that then. There we go. And now we'll snap to the front. And we'll go ahead and place these. Well, I suppose, yeah, no, we'll just do like that. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and scroll in here a little bit so that we can see those. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll get Shift D. No, okay, so we'll Shift D to duplicate. And we're going to move this out on the X-axis. And we're going to go... Ooh, you know what? This one's not flat. Let's see here. We're going to set... global. And where's my individual origins? They've moved that as well. Okay, well, let's go ahead and scale X 0. No, that's not going to work either. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and take this one then, scale X 0. And we'll take this one and scale X 0. Just so that we get those lined up properly. Okay. No, it doesn't work like that yet either. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and delete that one then. Alright, we'll select this. Shift D and move it on the X. And do about like that. Good. And then we're going to go Shift R to repeat that. And now we're just a little bit too long there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and split this one and separate selection. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to edit this one instead. And we're going to go Alt D Ooh, wait a minute. Ho hum. Okay. Actually, we want to go ahead and we want to move this one slightly on the x-axis here so that it's, there we go. Alright, now I'm going to do something just a little bit sneaky here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into this one and edit that, and we're going to drag this on the x-axis, and it's not doing it anymore. Okay, some problems with learning. Okay, I'm going to Shift D. Okay, let's try this again. Now, let's see here, rotation on the X is going to be 90. I'm going to set this to about 0.10. And let's see here, we're going to scale this one on the X so that we've got a brick. Okay, good. And we'll go ahead and extrude this on the Y slightly again. There we go. Okay. It's not quite the size that I wanted there. Let's go ahead and move that. Okay, good. Go ahead and we'll duplicate this and move it on the X again. They're all just a little bit too short. So we're going to go ahead and we'll kind of take the cheater's way out here. But this should work. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab these and move them on the X just slightly. Probably only need about that much. Okay. Now we'll just go ahead and move those. You know what? Now that I think about this, there's a better way to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again then. Separate this out by selection. I'm going to go to the top and we're going to make this one an array. So we're going to add the modifier and set to an array. We're going to set this to, well, let's see here, fixed length, or fit length. There we go. Length is going to be 2 meters. Whoop, no, wrong one. We don't want this on this one, we want it on this one here. Okay, there we go. Add modifier array. No, I don't want it on that one then. I guess we want it on this one. Add modifier array. For Pete's sake. that would be why. There we go. I was still in edit mode. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit an array. There we go. We're going to do a constant offset, and we're going to offset this on the X by 0.01. Let's do 0.02. There we go, and that'll give us a good, and then we're going to go ahead and do fit length to 2 meters. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump to the front here. Actually, that just about fit nicely. Okay, we're going to go ahead and edit this. And because this is an array object, it's going to go ahead and maintain that constant offset there. Okay, and so as you can see, that's gone and set that up so that it's just the right length to overlap nicely here. It's maybe a tad short. That's okay. No, let's go ahead and get into there and fix it. Okay, we're going to go, let's go to 1. There we go. Set it to orthographic. There we go, and then we're going to grab this and move it on the X just slightly. There we go. That's probably a little bit too far. There, that looks good. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out of edit mode and we're going to apply that one. And then we're going to go ahead and get back into here and we're going to go up to the top view. Oops, I'm going to go ahead and deselect all of those. I'm going to click this one here, go back up to here and then grab this one and move it on the x-axis till it lines up with that edge. There we go. Okay, so now the purpose of this is to go ahead and get the offset so that we can turn these around. We'll go ahead and do that now. We'll shift D and move it up on the Z axis. There we go. And then we're just going to rotate this on the Y axis 180 degrees. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and move this on the X axis until it lines up with that edge again. And we'll go ahead and zoom in here and just make sure that that's lined up nicely. There we go. Okay, good. And then we'll go ahead and deselect that, tab out of it, and then we'll add another modifier. And we're going to use this one as another array. And instead of moving this, we're going to do fixed count. No, we're going to do fit length. And we're going to do this to 2. Length is going to be 2 meters. And instead of going on the y-axis, or on the x-axis, sorry, we're going to do this on the z-axis. There we go. And we're going to do this on a constant offset, sorry, and 0.02. There we go. And whew, that's a bit There we go. Okay, so we want both relative. There, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and go into the object again. And because these are maintaining that constant offset, we should be able to go ahead and select all of these top parts here. I think perhaps I should have done this just slightly differently. Okay, and we're going to go out to the front, and then we're going to grab these and move them down just like that. Actually, let's go one, and then there we go. We've got these good, and we're going to go ahead and scale it down, or grab it just a tad more. There we go. Okay. Now, that should get that. We'll go ahead and jump to the front just to see. Yes, we've got not quite the amount I was looking for there, but it's similar to what's down there. That's okay. We don't want it too much, or it's going to be a very large gap. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and apply this one as well, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the edit mode, and we're just going to select these top layers here. And get rid of them. Okay. Now, all that's left is to go ahead and get this one. We're going to grab this one and move it forward so that it matches up nicely there, so that those bricks are kind of inset into the wall. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll take this one and we're going to duplicate it. Shift D, rotate on the Z 180, and then we're going to grab it and move it backwards. So that we've got that brick on the other side as well. And now these will allow us to, we'll go ahead and take, go ahead and take that one, and that one, and that one, and we're going to join them with Control J, and that will make one solid wall there. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this, and we'll just call this brick wall section. Okay, now if we want, we can now make an array even of these if we want. And as you can see, it doesn't quite work nicely. Oh, yep, we messed up on that one. Oh dear. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and yep, we messed up on that. Okay, we'll go ahead and delete that array then. Jump back into here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to do this the easy way then. We'll deselect all of these, select this one, Shift D, move this on the Y and move it out, and then we're going to separate it again. Okay, obviously that did not work very nicely, because when you array those, they don't match up nicely. So we're going to try this again. We're going to add the modifier, add the array, constant offset 0.02. Oh, wrong one. There we go, so that we've got that. And then it's also going to be a relatives offset. Good, we're going to go ahead and jump into here, and we're going to go fixed count. No, we're going to go fit length, length to 2 meters. Okay. Now, that's going to get that. We should be able now to go ahead and take this and do a secondary array. Let's see if we can do that. Secondary array, we're going to do this to a z of 0.02 and set this one to 1. Whoa, that's not exactly what I was looking for. Okay, we'll go ahead and delete that then. Oh, wait, no, yes. We want to leave these at 0. Okay, good. Now, we're going to go ahead and change this one here. Constant offset, relative offset to 0. Set this one here to 1. Oops. And set this offset to 0.02. Okay, good. And if we also want to, let's see if we can do this. Actually, no, we've gone and done it incorrectly. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into edit mode here. We're going to select this one here, there we go, and then we're going to jump to the front so that we can see this, and we're going to grab this and move it on the X until that meets up just like that. I'm going to set this to 2.1 so that we can have just a little bit expanding there. Grab X. There we go, okay. And we're going to go ahead and go to the top here and see exactly how that's working. Let's see here, grab on the X. Perfect. Okay. So that's got those nicely spaced. And go ahead and tab out of there. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a third array. No, we should be good here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and apply each of these. And then we're going to go ahead and get into there, deselect all of these. Alright, jump to the front again. We're going to grab these and move them on the x-axis so that they overlap nicely there. Good. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to select this one and grab it and move it on the x-axis. So that one is also lined up with the edge here. Okay, good. And then we're going to do the same on this side. And we'll just make sure that those line up nicely as well. That's good. Okay. Now we can go ahead and add our array modifier. We're going to set this one to 0. We're going to set this one to 1.0. and then we're going to set this to a constant offset of 0.02. There we go. And then we're going to do this one of a count. Okay, let's do fit length and go 2.0. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get into here again, and we'll go through and select all of these. And go to the front here and grab this and move it on the Z axis. Just slightly. There we go. And that'll be good there, I think. Well, no, let's go ahead and select this row as well. There we go. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and grab these and move them down. There we go. There we go. Okay, we can go ahead and apply that now and jump into here. And we'll just go ahead now and delete all of these. So that lines up nicely there. And then we'll go ahead and we're back to where we started here. We'll grab this, move it on the Y axis until it overlaps. Shift D, move this on the Y. And then just so that, well, they're all the same. Okay, good. Okay, so now we should be able to select these three and join them with Control J. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll make an array here and we'll just test this out. Perfect. Okay, and we've got this set up so nicely that you can't even hardly see the seam. Actually, I can't really see it there. It feels like that's really quite good. I like it. It works quite nicely. Okay, so yep, there's the seam right there. It's visible, but only just barely. So we're going to go ahead and leave that one right there, ladies and gentlemen. I know this one's gone on a little bit longer, but yeah, I quite like the finished effect on this one, and we've made a brick wall. And we could really even like extend this out if we wanted, and just kind of show, yep, we've got nice bricks. And ooh, we could probably do this one as well. Oop, no, you'd be stacking that way. Okay, so we'll set this one to 0, and then we'll add another array modifier then, and do this one. Constant offset. We don't want that one. There we go. Perfect. And now we can see that that matches up quite nicely as well, so that we can stack these, make them into a proper game asset. We can use these for modular bricks and buildings and all that kind of stuff. All right. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta.